What's up guys, Jordy here, and welcome back to another video. Now, I thought I would make the first, installment of a series that a lot of people have asked me for, and that's how to get better at Battlefield. Now, it's not just Battlefield 5 in general, it's just Battlefield as a whole, or even more first-person titles, but I thought I would use Battlefield 5 as a base, as it's something I built my channel off, and a lot more people relate to. So, in the first, I guess you could say episode/installment, I thought I would do Recoil Control, as it's something that you need to have as a base in terms of improving aim and actually hitting your shots. You need to be able to control recoil before I would say you learn anything else, in my opinion, as it's probably one of the easiest things to learn and pick up, compared to, let's say, positioning and learning maps and spawns and etc. So, I'm going to have a clip running in the background, so you can see what no recoil, I guess, kind of looks like. But we're going to get into some settings, some techniques that you can use. They may not be the best, as it's something that I'm not generally used to teaching, as it's something that's always been kind of natural in terms of how you do it. You just pull down on your stick. But for people that want to know, we'll get into the settings part and just some general other techniques you can use as well. Now for the settings part of the recoil, where you end up getting recoil patterns like this that relative to random recoil takes over, is a thing called ADS FV, which is obviously aim down sight field of view. This is something I recommend having on, where when you have it on, it keeps your normal field of view the same when you're ADS, whereas you have it off, it zooms you in a little bit more. Now, while you can still control recoil like this, it is a lot harder, especially if you're new to the game or not used to controlling recoil. So this is something I'd recommend having on. It helps a lot with the consistency of aim and just keeping everything consistent from your FOV to your sense feeling a lot the same as well. Wherever you have it off, it feels a lot more faster than it probably should do. Then another thing is field of view. This kind of works the same, like let's say it's at 80. You can still control recoil, but it gets to the point where it is a little bit harder and it's not as tighter as the middle one, which is the max FOV field of view on. So I recommend having this anywhere, I would say at least above the value of 89. So anywhere from, I'd say, 89 to max. The two or three good numbers I've always used is 89, 94, and 105, but personally I like 105 the best, though the visibility can be a little difficult on this game as well. And then just turn all these off because they just clutter your screen as well, so I'd recommend all these being off. Then another key setting a lot of people always forget is the soldier aim ratio. Now, this I'd recommend trying this as your general ADS sensitivity. So mine used to be 64%, but it's now 76%, just because I've been playing a lot of different multiplayer games and this feels to be the matching one for me. But something I'd recommend is trying to keep this the same as your ADS. So mine's 64% because that's what it used to be, and it's just something I've gotten used to over the years. Otherwise, it would be on 76, but for me, it feels way too fast, and I end up bouncing up and down a lot. So if your ADS is, let's say, 62, put it on 62. If it's 50, put it on 50. I wouldn't really, for this, go below 50%. Otherwise, it starts getting a lot slower than it should be. So anything above 50 to anything between, should I say, 50 to 100 is a good match. I try make it match your ADS, and you'll probably have a lot more success in terms of recoil control. Now, in terms of actually controlling recoil, it is one of the more difficult things in this game, considering most of it is random to a certain extent. You generally just want to pull down on your stick as much as you can. That will help you control, as much vertical recoil as possible, but you will still get a lot of side-to-side spread. Now, controlling that is a whole nother lesson in itself, but you can generally try to predict your random recoil, but then you will sway on your up and down, where it is a little bit more tighter in terms of a circle. So you can just... What I tend to do is, it's hard to show you because I don't really have a controller cam or a good quality camera to show you this, but I'll try to explain it as best as possible. You generally want to pull down your stick about halfway. Anything more than that will make you end up shooting down like this, which I can show you now. So yeah, I'll show you on the wall here. Anything, I would say, anything more than like 50%, you'll end up going down like that. See, now that's something you may experience in your game, and that's something that you don't really want to do, is you go from shooting from, you know, chest to head height to shooting like at the knees. So anything, I would say, anything you want to like do it not even like 50% to a point you just want to slightly put pressure down on your thumbstick, and that's where your soldier aim ratio setting, which I showed you at the start, comes into tact, and you get like a nice circle where aim assist will help you a lot more as well. And then once you know, master the vertical, that's where you can try control your horizontal recoil. But like I said, it's still not much, you know, not much better in terms of spread. Like here, it's a little tighter, but then it kicks out to the right. So that's something that you'll never, not even me, not even Max, not even anyone can get used to in this game, just because it's totally random. But in terms of like a vertical, where like if you pull down too much, it goes like that, and then obviously if you don't pull up, if you don't pull down at all, it just goes, you know, up like that. So I'd rather have this and that than this and, you know, that. But if you have any questions in terms of the settings involved in getting the recoil, or any questions in regards to thumbstick, and, you know, there's also like left stick aiming, but that's for another video in terms of how to improve your aim, which I will be planning on doing in terms of improving your aim and also doing positioning as well. But I thought I would do the recoil setting side first, just as a base, you know, in this like how to get better at Battlefield kind of series that I'm thinking of doing. But like I said, if you have any questions or you want to see any tips and tricks similar to those that I've mentioned, let me know in the comments. But thanks for your view, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.